Hello, welcome to OAC Farm. I still remain your brother, Mr. Patrick, a very passionate farmer and a product designer as well. I'm also an artist. I will share my experiences with you. I've been able to transition from a product designer into farming. I've been a designer for about 18 years now, and I graduated from the University of Benin, and I studied education fine and applied art, and I majored as a painter. So proud to, before I gained admission into the University of Benin, I've been into graphics. So after my graduation, I decided to venture into UI UX design. That is where the journey actually started fully as a product designer. It was a major turnaround for me until when the world was hit with a very strong pandemic in 2019, as we all know, COVID 19. So that is where the journey actually started. The journey about farming actually started from 2019. At that time, I was stranded, I was in the house, and I really don't know what to do at that time. Income was not coming the way it used to be, and the only person that was working, it was basically my wife because she was into foodstuffs and all that. So I was really stranded. Some of my clients actually messaged me that their businesses has collapsed and income was no longer coming. It was really tough. I began to ask myself, what can I do since movement were restricted? There are things you can't do while going out. So I spoke to my wife to loan me some money. She was so kind that she said, can she loan her husband money? And I told her I want to go into poultry farming. And by the glory of to the glory of God, we were able to. At that time, I didn't really want to go into it in a very big manner. I bought about 23 birds without experience, and the cage I was using at that time, I was using a cage system. The cage I was using at that time, I constructed it myself. I just looked for used plants or wood around my vicinity because it was a new area. A lot of persons were still building, and some planks and some wood were discarded. So I gathered it. I constructed the cage, and we started training those birds out of. It was a very wonderful experience, and out of about 23 birds, we end up eating three of it. I lost 20 of it. It was a very sad story, and I didn't give up. I didn't give up. Even at that time, I called some of my friends. They don't have money, and I decided to. I called my sister that is in the UK. At that time, she was also indoor. She told me, sorry, there's nothing she can do. And my wife also gave me another money. So we bought other beds and we started training those beds. It was about 30. I bought about 30 again. You know, I have tried and I failed in the previous ones, and I've learned my lessons. And from this one that I was doing, I was able to manage, and we sold about 27 out of those beds. We ate the two that were not really doing well, so I kept those ones for the house, and I managed to feed them for extra days. So that's how we started. That's how I started this journey, and my wife has been so supportive, and we have been in this business from that 30. I was buying these chicks at that time from a multiple from a particular woman. I later learned that the woman was not really good in terms of medications and vaccinating her pet. So I started doing my research, and I found out a place where I can really go and buy my chicks. So I just took the risk. After I've sold some few ones, I took the risk. I decided to go for a day old chicks. And the chicks I bought at that time was Supreme. Yes, it was Supreme. I bought Supreme, and the bed came. I bought that was 50, and they did very well. They did very well. We sold those beds, and from there I scaled to 100. From there I scaled to 300, 400, as the case may be. But now we are doing about 600. So I'm sharing these experiences with you. So some of you, I know when you watch things like this, you always have this thought in your mind: where am I going to start from? Where am I going to start from? And where am I going to get resources from? And the truth is, you don't have to be perfect before you start farming. You just start a farm. Just do what is in your mind. And one thing I believe, the world does not celebrate people that knows how to do it. The world simply celebrates people that are already doing it. So if you are passionate about farming and you really want to see that you succeed in farming, go into it. After then, I remember the story now. After a lot of success, and I decided to go into layers. Meanwhile, I was not even informed at all that I did my research. I caught someone, my wife even connected me to one of our brother that even told me that guy at that time, the guy was into layers. So he told me that he's going to guide me, he's going to help me. And because at that time I was doing my FX 700, I decided to go into layer FX 700 because I saw Farm Up on YouTube. I was really inspired by the guy to go bigger. And I go into farming. I bought those birds, 700 of them, and you know what? It was a total disaster. That is why in one of the videos I put out there, I advise farmer: if you know you are not into farming, if you know you don't have knowledge about it, I would advise you not to invest in it, because this work can so frustrate you. And when the guy brought the birds, I actually called him and said I needed a vaccination chart, treatment chart for about 6 months. The guy said, you forgot. I never knew. The guy never had a good intention for my farm. So after about 2 or 3 weeks, yes, I called him and he said he's busy right now, that what I should be doing, I should just be giving them water and vitamins. Okay. So being that, I said just water and vitamin. So because the layers are quite very complicated. It's different from broilers. So I stick to his advice, since he's the one that I've been into layers, so he knows what's best for them. I followed his advice. About 3 months after my bird started dying, I keep on calling this brother. He didn't pick his call. So there was a day he managed to pick the call. What he told me is that my birds are dying. He said this is one of the experiences that I will face. I said, but I asked you to give me the treatment and the vaccination chart. He said I should count it as one of the school fees I would have paid. So I just said in my mind, I'm not calling him again. So after about 5 months, my bird was still sick. I was struggling. I began to do research. Knowing where to set the right drugs within your locality is key. I began to do research, moving from farm to farm. At that time, it was the peak of rainy season. Inside the rain, I would be driving, looking for drugs. In fact, it was really hectic for me. And out of 700, I was able to rescue 300 layers that were not laying at that time. And at that time, I've already lost my capital. I've already no profit. At that time, I was not even expecting profit from the birds due to stress, medications, and all that. And the birds were no longer performing. The birds were no longer performing the way it should. So the eggs they were laying, I was not even getting the money to feed the birds compared to even me making profits. So I sold out all the 300. At that time, the 300, they were not that big. They were not that big because some of them were still very young among the 300. So I just sold the 300 off. I sold them at that time. I think the layer was about 2,500. Yes, I sold them off. So in that investment of 700 birds, I didn't make a dime as profit. All the money I invested, everything I did in those birds, I lost close to 3 million. So So at that time it was painful, and at this time I have already gotten a car. So for me to bounce back, I sold my car. I sold my car and I decided to come back. And to the glory of God, our farm is doing well. I have a different car now. My farm is okay. And you know the funniest thing is, the guy that actually did me evil, that told me those things, that supplied me the birds, his own farm has already shut down. The last I heard about him is he's looking for a place, even from somebody close to me, to get a loan. So one thing I want to advise, there is nothing to hide in business. If you know you can help someone, just go out and help them. If you know you can't, refer them to somebody that can help them instead of wasting their resources. So the guy wasted my resources, he wasted my time. I sold my car. And at that time I was struggling. So that is what I want to advise you. If you know you are not ready, one thing about businesses out there, you have to be consistent, you have to be resilient. For the fact that you have lost some bets doesn't mean that you should stop poultry business. No. You are still learning the industry. So I decided to go back, and ever since it has been a plus for us. It has been a plus. We have been able to scale from 25 birds to about 700 birds. So it has been a plus. I want to encourage you. Don't wait for the perfect time. Any festive period, I always have meat available in my house. My children eat chicken like every other day thing. No, it's not something we think about. You don't have to come from a perfect background. You don't have to, but you have to create that perfect background for yourself. So some of us were not born in a family with silver spoon. But even at all, there are no silver spoon. Make sure that you don't eat with your bare hands. You can still carve a wooden spoon for yourself. So I want to encourage you, I want to advise you, go into farming. I'm into crop farming as well. I'm into cassava right now. I'm into cassava, palm tree, and plantain. Go into it. Don't wait. Don't expect somebody to be out there to encourage you. One thing I've realized about this generation, we are too soft. We are always looking for somebody to pamper us. This world is not soft at all. You have to go hard. Go hard on yourself. So I've been in this farming. I've been helping a lot of persons when they want to start their farm and give them the best advice. Some of them call me and go to that farm to help them out. So don't be. We as Nigerians, we must be out there to help ourselves. Don't just see yourself, it is only you that want to be in the industry. You can never be the only one in that industry. No. People were there before you came, and people will still be there after you have departed from this earth. So we must be our brother's keeper. Please, I'm begging you out there. If you have experiences, if you have one or two things, and you are looking at somebody struggling, go out and help. Don't wait for them to come to you. If you can just throw down, hello, what are you doing? I can see you are constructing a very wonderful farm here. I think you should do this different. Yes, go out and help. Even if they don't take those advice, but make sure that you have done your best. Over the years, I've not really been on YouTube. It was even some few days my wife started telling me there are things you know that people really want to learn from them. Share it. Share it. We are not selling any books. As you are listening, you are learning. Share it. God bless you. I pray that your farm will succeed, and I want you to like and share with others as well. Share with others as well. God bless you. See you in other videos. Please do turn on your notification bell so that anytime we release advised information or tips about farming, you get them. You have access to them. God bless you. Bye. God bless you.